Hey you guys, it's GinnGateCrafter here, and we're here with another episode of Plants vs. Zombies Heroes. Now you may notice things are looking a little different. We've got an asteroid here. We've got rocket ships and stars. We've got brain freeze. Well, I'll tell you why it's different. It's because this game last week had a brand new update called Galactic Gardens, and it features 100 new space-themed cards. Well, most of them are space-themed, both for plants and zombies. I'm not saying there's 100 new cards for each side. That would be ridiculous. There's 100 cards in general. So, yeah. So I figured today we were going to check out all the stats for these new cards, and then we would take one plant hero and one zombie hero into multiplayer battle. As you can see, I got to the Gold League. Now that's not everything that came in this update. There are also rewards coming soon for certain ranks, like you can see. So I would currently be getting these rewards right here because I just hit rank 20. Now if we want to see everything that was released in this update, we can go over here to the news and the paper airplane. So an all new 100 card set is here. Blast off with Galactic Gardens, 100 powerful new space-themed cards in a new pack. Try out the amazing onion rings and dark matter dragon fruit, plus the mind-blowing binary stars and supernova gargantua. Go to the store to buy Galactic Gardens pack now. Actually, any player that has this game currently, as soon as you get the update, you get 2 free Galactic Gardens packs, which is awesome. I got my 2 free ones already, and I think I've bought 3 additional ones. So we've got a new card type called Environments. In Galactic Gardens, you'll find 20 different environment cards. Play them in any ground lane to create cool special abilities there. You can destroy an environment by playing any other environment in the same lane. There's a new keyword, which is Conjure, which basically states that you're gaining random cards. So, for example, you may recall Professor Brainstorm had an ability in the past that said gain 3 cards from the entire game. That now says Conjure 3 random cards, I believe. So yeah. There's also a new keyword, which is Hunt, which is when, like with the dog walker, you remember how when you play a plant, the dog walker goes to whatever lane you put the plant in. That's now called Hunt. So we've got Season 1 rewards. Ranked multiplayer Season 1 is now complete. You'll receive a unique badge to show off and a piñata of prizes based on the league you reached by the end of Season 1. And Ranked Season 2 is beginning. You earn new rewards each time you rank up, so you can earn many of those rank up rewards again in Season 2. If you earned a high rank in Season 1, you'll get a head start on your rank for Ranked Multiplayer Season 2. Season 2 will run much faster, lasting just 5 weeks. Ranks now take fewer stars to earn, so you can rank up faster. Earn those ranks fast and get maximum rewards. Also, some superpowers were updated. So the ZMX Missile Badness is stronger. It now will do 3 damage to a plant and 1 damage to all other plants, instead of just like doing the 3 random lanes. ZMX now has the Electro Bolt instead of Dance Off, and Professor Brainstorm has Dance Off instead of Electro Bolt. So these guys swapped abilities. Transmogrify is stronger. You can now transform a zombie into a random zombie that costs 1. It used to be 2. So, yeah. And Bubble Up is stronger. It used to be you move a plant and it gets plus 4 health, and now it's plus 3. Well, it was plus 3 health, and now it's plus 4. Also, strategy decks were updated a bit. So yeah, the majority of this video is basically just going to be showing off the new cards, and then going into battle a couple of times. So let's go ahead and check out some of the brand new cards that were released in this update. I think this update's pretty cool. It has a lot of really good cards, in my opinion. I really like it. So, I've already got a few. If we go ahead and look, for the plants first, this is probably going to take about 20 minutes, just so you know. So, for the plants in the Guardian section, we have, you may recall from Plants vs. Zombies 1, we have the Plantern, and I'm lagging just a little bit. We have the Plantern, which is a tree root plant. While in an environment, this gets +1/+1 and bullseye. Past job experience includes shooing away creepy fog. That's a reference to the first Plants vs. Zombies game, if you don't know it. And then we've got the Cosmic Nut, which is a nut plant. When played, conjure a nut and its power becomes 3. So you gain a random card of this type. That's basically what conjure means. A staunch believer in numerology, he'll go on at length about the significance of the number 3 if you let him. So, yeah. And then we've got Starch Lord, which there's a reference to this guy, but I'm not completely sure what it's to. I feel stupid for not knowing. Well, he's a root plant. When you play another root, that root gets +1/+1. Start of turn, conjure a root. His destiny is written in the starch. Alright. Then we've got Galactic Cactus, which is a cactus flower plant. He has bullseye, and when destroyed, do 1 damage to everything. I take pity on no one, for I am Galactic Cactus. Then we've got Photosynthesizer, which is a trick. A plant gets +2 health, conjure Galactic Gardens card. The galaxy is one beautiful melody, so play. We've got a new event card, which is coming soon that I'd like to get, which is the Corn Dog. It's a corn animal plant, and it has amphibious and hunt. This is the new thing. When the zombies played here, this plant moves there, just like the dog walker. Who's a good vegetable? You are. Yes, you are. Okay. Then, you may notice a little difference here. You see these cards with the little diamond shape around them, like the hexagon. That represents an environment card. So when a card is shaped like a diamond on the outside border, that means it's an environment. And this is the Spikeweed sector, which is a root environment. Before combat here, do 2 damage to a zombie here. Quite similar to the region known as Poke Province. Next up, we have, I don't remember what this one is, Force Field, which is an environment. Plants here can't be hurt. It's a force of nature. And then next, we have the Bodyguard, which is a pun on bodyguard, which is a little obvious. And it's a squash plant. It has amphibious and team up. When played, fill your super block meter to full. He moonlights as a decorative centerpiece during the fall. Now, I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this guy, because it seems like you really wouldn't want your super block meter to fill up. Because, I mean, the more of these you use, the quicker you're going to lose your block meter. So I don't know if I'm a huge fan of him, but, you know, whatever. Then, we've got the Pecanolith, which is a nut plant. All plants and zombies attack using their health instead of their power. And it's a legendary. No one knows where he came from. He just appeared one day, but everyone who comes in contact with him feels changed somehow. Alright. Then we've got the Gravitree, which is a fruit tree plant. Armored 1. When a zombie is played, move it here. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Neither does anything else. And those are the new Guardian cards for the plants. The next section is Kabloom. So the first thing we have is the Banana Bomb, which is a banana trick. Do 2 damage to a zombie. Beware fruity vengeance from above. This is the current event card that you can get. I mean, here in a little bit you're not going to be able to get it, because if you saw there on the main screen, it's only got a little bit left. But I do have 2 of these. And this is the High Voltage Current, which is a berry plant. This gets +1 attack when another berry does damage. When played, conjure a berry. These troublemakers are just asking to get grounded. Alright. And then right here we have yet another environment, which I think this one is really good. It's probably my favorite environment so far. This is the Mushroom Grotto, which is a mushroom environment. When you play a plant here, make a 1/1 puff shroom with team up in another random lane. Sometimes beautiful things grow out of the darkest places. Ponder that for a few moments. So I really like this one because you can easily get a lot of plants on the field. So like for example, if you put either the shroom for 2 or the pair of pears on this, you could just get 2 puff shrooms with team up in other random lanes just instantly, which is really cool. I really like that. Next, we have another guy you may recall from Plants vs. Zombies 2. This is the Lava Guava, which is a fruit trick. When played, you do 2 damage to each zombie here and next door. If played on the ground, make hot lava here. And hot lava, before combat here, do 1 damage to each plant and zombie here. And my mouse is being stupid. Hang on. Okay. There. Okay. There we go. I try to stay cool. I really do. But zombies, man, they really make me blow my top. And I noticed I forgot one, which is right here. This one is called the Invasive Species, which is a leafy flower plant. And it kind of looks like the weeds from Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. While in an environment, this gets +3 power. Call me a weed, go on, I consider it a compliment. I think that actually may be a Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 reference. So, next up, we have the Astro Shroom, which is a mushroom plant, and it looks pretty neat, I will admit. It has bullseye, and when you play another plant, do 1 damage to the zombie hero. He's had good meetings with a lot of smaller asteroids. They really made an impression. And I get the joke there. It is saying the asteroids were like crashing into him. Okay. Then we have yet another legendary card, the Reincarnation. While in your hand at the... Oh wait, it's a flower plant. While in your hand, at the end of turn, this transforms into a random plant with +1/+1, and it keeps the ability. You never know what the next life has in store for you, she says, so get the most out of this one while you can. And then we've got the Banana Launcher, which is a banana plant, and it's from Plants vs. Zombies 2. Start a turn, gain a banana bomb. He only knows 1 word, but it's a good word. Then we go to the Cosmic Mushroom, which is a mushroom plant. When played, conjure a mushroom and it gets +2 attack. Strength. Yeah. He's far out alright, like way far out. And then this one, it is not called the mole kale, it is called the mollicale, which is a pun on molecule. Yeah. And it's a leafy plant. When played, each other plant transforms into a random plant that costs 1 sun more. And it's a legendary. And you thought spinach made you strong? Please, I'm spinach times infinity. Next, we have Pear Paradise, which is a fruit environment. When you play a plant here, make a copy of that plant with team up here. Peter Piper's planet... how do you say that? I don't know. I don't know that word. Picked a pair of pickled peppered pears. So, we got a tongue twister. And the next one we have is an upcoming event card, which is the Sonic Bloom. You can get it right now in the early access bundle, I believe. And it's a flower plant, and when played, do 1 damage to the zombie hero for each plant. Victory faster than the speed of sound. So it's a very interesting plant, and those are the Kabloom cards. Next, if we go over to Mega Grow, we have a new environment, which is Coffee Grounds, which is a bean environment. Plants here get Double Strike, which is basically the bonus attack. And speaking of which, before we move on there, you may notice this little symbol here. Double Strike now has a brand new arrow symbol. It normally would appear over the plant when it happens, but now it's also part of their attack picture, which I think is kind of neat. So for the Coffee Grounds, nothing wakes you up in the morning like extra attacks on zombies. Well, okay, coffee does. Then, we have another pea plant, the Sweet Pea. And I believe this was originally in a currently discontinued Plants vs. Zombies game called Plants vs. Zombies Adventures. which used to be on Facebook, and I used to play that, and it was really fun. And the Sweet Pea used to be on there. So when played, move a zombie to this lane. Zombies may only have 4 teeth left, but one of them's a sweet tooth. So this guy kind of reminds me of a sweet potato that does damage. Because the sweet potato, it also has the 3 health, and it moves a zombie to this lane. The only difference here is that this guy attacks, and it doesn't have the team up. Next we have Vegetation Mutation, which is a trick. All plants on heights and environments get +2/+2. Environmentalism at its finest. Alright, and then we have another trick. This is the Banana Peel, which is a banana trick. Move a zombie and conjure a banana. A slapstick comedy staple that somehow the zombies never see coming. Next we have a new event card coming soon, the Click Peas, which is a bean pea plant. When played, shuffle 2 Click Peas into your deck. For the rest of the game, all Click Peas get +1/+1. On Wednesdays, they wear sunglasses, so it must be a Wednesday. Alright. Then the next guy we have is a legendary. This is Captain Cucumber, which is a fruit plant, which I think is interesting because I never knew that cucumbers were fruits. Apparently they are. I always thought they were vegetables. Cards you conjure cost 1 sun less. When this does damage, conjure a legendary card. So this card's a little broken. Broken being overpowered, so OP. He steered his crew through many a pickle. Next we have the Cosmic Pea, which is a pea plant, and it has the double strike. When played, conjure a pea and it gets double strike. The cosmos is so big and a pea is so small. The juxtaposition just really makes me think, you know? Then we have the Moonbeam, which is a bean plant. When this does damage, shuffle 2 magic beanstalks into your deck. Magic beanstalk is another plant, by the way. She and Sunflower are besties. It's just too bad their schedules make it hard for them to get together. Next we have probably one of my favorite looking cards in this update. Another legendary card, it's Onion Rings, which is a root plant. When played, each plant in your hand becomes 4/4, and it's legendary, so powerful it makes you cry. Looks like, Looks like the Bananosaurus Rex also has the double strike arrow. I'm sure many things do, but yeah. So the next plant we have is the Pod Fighter, which I believe is a reference to either an X-Wing starfighter or a TIE fighter from Star Wars. And it's a pea plant, and this does a bonus attack when you play a plant here or next door. And it's super rare. They're just trying to create peace in our time. Then we have another environment, the Red Planted, which is a root environment. Plants here get +5/+5. That seems a little broken. It may seem an inhospitable place for plants, but with a little TLC and some patience, it'll grow more than just potatoes, much more. So those are the Mega Grow plants. Now if we go over to the Smarty, our first plant is the Mars Flytrap, which is a flytrap plant. When this hurts, the zombie hero steals a section from their super block meter. He loves Venus Flytrap. Sometimes they see things so differently. So yes, there is another flytrap on here, the Venus Flytrap, but that's from Season 1. So don't get these guys confused. They also look pretty different. I believe I do have one somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where it's at. And then the next guy we have here is an environment, the Planet of the Grapes, which is a berry environment, and it's a reference to Planet of the Apes, which I'm not a huge fan of, but, you know. When a plant here hurts the zombie hero, draw a card. How this planet came to be, it's another of life's grape mysteries. Then we have another new guy, the Leaf Blower, which is a leafy plant, and it has amphibious, and when played in an environment, bounces zombie. You want to keep your lawn tidy? Tired of looking at those unsightly zombies? Then I'm your guy. And the next guy we have, that's not it. Stop. Okay. We've got the Cosmic Bean, which is a bean plant. And it has team up, and when played, conjure a bean and it gets team up. It is a magical fruit. Then we've got the Laser Cattail, which is an animal plant. It has amphibious and team up, and this gets +1/+1 when you play a plant here. He's really good at entertaining yourself because, or himself, because, cats, they like to go after lasers. Yeah. Then we have another environment, which is the Bog of Enlightenment. It's an environment, obviously. Amphibious plants here get +2 strength. Non-amphibious zombies here get -2 strength. Good for plants, it is. Good for zombies, it is not. The next one is a reference to Han Solo getting frozen in the carbonite, as you can see. And this is the Cool Bean, which is a bean plant. When played, freeze all gravestones. So apparently you can freeze gravestones. Chance of meeting gravestones? Never tell me the odds. Alright. And then the next new guy we have is the Melon Pole. Now the winter melon's been on here, I believe, for a while. I think. And this guy is just now on here. This is a fruit plant with splash damage 3. So when this attacks, it also deals 3 damage to zombies next door. People who live in grass houses shouldn't throw stones, but melons? Sure, why not? I don't get that. Next we have a very broken card, the Shooting Star Fruit, which is a fruit plant. This attacks in all 5 lanes, which is absolutely insane. And it's a legendary. When you see a Shooting Star Fruit, make a wish. Any wish. Any wish that involves taking down zombies, that is. And then we have the Sap Fling, which is an upcoming event card, which you may recognize from Plants vs. Zombies 2. And it is a pinecone tree plant. When played, make a sappy place environment. In the sappy place, zombies here get -3 strength. He dates a lot of different branches, but nothing ever sticks. So yeah, here's the winter melon. It's already been on here. And next we have yet another very broken card. I've heard people say this is probably the most broken card they added. This is the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, which is a dragon fruit plant. Amphibious and splash damage 6. Zombie tricks cost 6 brains more, and it's a legendary. Their ancestors were hunted to the depths of space. Now their descendants are back for cold, fruity vengeance. And those are the Smarty plants. Next we have, I believe, it's the final category for the plants, which is solar. So the first new guy we have is the Cosmos, which is a moss plant. When an environment is played, this gets +1/+1. He's Peel deGrasse Lichen's biggest fan. I don't get that reference. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. Then we have another environment card, which is the Solar Winds. And when it's an environment, the end of turn, there are no zombies. If there are no zombies here, make a sunflower here. There's something in the wind. Sunflower seeds, in fact. Oh yeah, here's the Venus flytrap, by the way. Don't get them mixed up with the Mars flytrap. They look very different. So the next new guy we have is the Apple Saucer, which is a fruit plant. When played, if you made at least 6 on this turn, this gets strike through. Watchful Quasar wizards sometimes spot an unidentified fruiting object. The next guy we have is the Cosmic Flower, which is a flower plant with strike through. When played, conjure a flower and it gets strike through. She enjoys the simple things in life, hanging out with friends, fighting zombies, and basking in cosmic rays. Then we have the Heartichoke, which is a leafy flower plant. When a plant or your hero is healed, do that much damage to the zombie hero. She's a sweetheart, she really is, but fighting zombies, it's made her hard. Next we have the Venus Flytrap planet, which is a flytrap environment. When a plant here does damage, heal your hero that much. not far from Mercury flytrap planet. Next, we have the Wing Nut, which is a peanut plant. Zombies can't do bonus attacks, so it's a little bit like the, sorry. It's a little bit like the bonus track Buckethead in a way that the opponent cannot do the bonus attacks, which is interesting. Firmly believes that Elvis is alive, zombies never walked on the moon, and that Dr. Zomboss is secretly studying aliens at Area 22. Crazy. Next, we have the Astrocado, which is a fruit plant. I've been told this is yet another very broken card. And it has Strike Through, and when destroyed, gain an Astrocado Pit, which is 1 sun, and it has 1 health, and at the start of turn, this transforms into an Astrocado. So basically, this thing just keeps going on forever, and it's a legendary. Getting defeated is the pits. There goes my mouse again. I am sorry, my mouse is dumb. Okay, there we go. The next guy we have, you probably will definitely recognize if you've played Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 1. This guy is called the Tactical Cuke, and it's a fruit trick. Destroy all plants and zombies on the ground. He comes from a long line of very precise cucumbers. So, in Garden Warfare 1, there is a mission where you actually, if you have plants, you have to protect this guy. And if you have the zombies, you have to try to blow it up. I think. Yeah. And then the last new plant we have is the Astro Vera, which is a cactus plant. When played, increase your hero's maximum health by 10 and heal your hero for 10. So that is a very good card. I really like that. And it's a legendary. Your hero will feel out of this world, and so will your skin. So those are the brand new plant cards. And that's like half of them. We still have a bunch more to go through. So if we head over to the zombie side, first in the beastly section, we have this guy, which I like a lot. It's the Alien Ooze, which is a monster trick. A plant gets -2/-2. If it's on heights or an environment, it gets -6/-6 instead. Oozing for bruising. I think this is a pretty good card. I know there's another plant card that does something similar, except it doesn't have the -6/-6. Might be the water balloons, I'm not sure. Next we have the Cosmic Yeti, which is a pet monster zombie. When played, conjure a pet and it gets +1/+1. End of turn, bounce this Yeti. He's hoping they name a constellation after him. The big Yeti does have a ring to it. Next, we have a guy you may have recognized from Plants vs. Zombies 2 in Big Wave Beach. This is the Surfer Zombie, which is a vacation sports zombie with Amphibious and Frenzy. He used to hang 10 with the best of them, but ever since he lost that toe to a shark, he hasn't been able to hang more than 9. Next, we have the Cheese Cutter, which is a gourmet mustache zombie. When this hurts the plant hero, conjure a gourmet card and it costs 1 brain less. Is that the exquisite scent of an aged camembert, or just rotting flesh? Next, over here. Next we have the Biodome Botanist, which is a mustache science zombie. When played, make a 1/1 plant, so it seems like it would help the plants a little bit. So I don't know how worth it this guy would really be. Growing plants in space, some of his fellow zombies think he's crazy, but others appreciate the effort. Next we have the Cyborg Zombie, which is a science zombie, and it has Hunt. When destroyed, gain a Vengeful Cyborg, which is 5 brains, it has 5/5, and Hunt. He'll be back. I've been told that this is a Terminator reference. This is, but I'm not entirely sure because I don't know if I've ever seen the original Terminator, so I'm not completely sure. But next we have an upcoming event card, the Synchronized Swimmer, which is a dancing sports zombie with Amphibious. When played, this zombie copies the strength and health of another zombie. It takes a lot of practice for 2 zombies' heads to fall off at the exact same time. So, yeah. Next, we have another environment, which is the total eclipse. Plants here get -1, -1. Zombies love a good eclipse. They usually celebrate by eating plants and brains. Then we have Area 22, which is a science environment. Zombies here get +2, +2, and frenzy. Zombies from outer space? What an absurd conspiracy theory. Now move along, nothing to see here, Dr. Zombos. Alright. Then we have another legendary, which is the Interstellar Bounty Hunter, which is a science pirate zombie. It has Hunt and Frenzy, and when this destroys a plant, draw a card. It's legendary. If you have a bounty on your head, she won't stop until she eats your brains. It's not personal, it's just business. And then, if we go over here, we have the Supernova Gargantuar, which is a science Gargantuar zombie with Frenzy, and when a Gargantuar destroys a plant, destroy all copies of that plant. So this thing actually seems really good. This one's got a real temper on it. When he decides to take out a plant, it's brutal. Just brutal. And he's a legendary card. We've got another upcoming event card, the King of the Grill, which is a gourmet Gargantuar zombie with Frenzy. When a Gargantuar destroys a plant, conjure a gourmet card. Chilling beside the old backyard grill, cooking up some brains, hanging with his zombies. It's the good unlife. And those are the new Beastly cards. Now if we go over to Brainy, what do you know? First we have a brain for the Brainy. This is the Cryo Brain, which is a gourmet trick, which the fact that this is gourmet is kind of gross. But you get +1 for the rest of the game, so it's almost like Solar Flare's ability where you do the 2 damage and you get the +2 sun for the rest of the game, except you only get +1 instead of +2. Putting brains on ice is the best way to keep them fresh. Ask any zombie. That's not you. Okay. So the next guy that we have is the Interdimensional Zombie, which is a science zombie. When you play a science card, this transforms into a zombie that costs 3 brains. And it is a legendary. In a parallel dimension, the zombie is a space pirate. In another, he's a trash can zombie. Turns out, little choices in life can make a big difference. So next up, we have this guy, which is a Cosmic Scientist, which is a science zombie, and it has Bullseye. When played, conjure a science card and it gets Bullseye. He has no idea what's in the beakers, he just likes to mix them together until they go boom. Then we have the Medulla Nebula, which is an environment. When you play a zombie here, you get +3 brains this turn. It's like heaven for zombies, it says it instead of is. They failed. So, this is kind of like, so if you were to put one of the brain vendors on there, you would get +6 brains all at once, which I think is crazy. Next, we have the Teleportation Zombie, which is a science zombie with Gravestone and Bullseye. You can play zombies when it's time for tricks. So it's a little bit like another card that we've got somewhere. This card right here. That you can play the zombies when it's time for tricks. Except you don't draw the card. So if you go back to him, he's a legendary, and the phone cord stretches to another dimension. So next we have the Transformation Station, which is a science environment. At the start of the turn, transform the zombie here into a random zombie that costs 1 brain more. According to the Transformation Station brochure, every zombie who visits is guaranteed to shuffle away, feeling like a brand new zombie. Alright. So next up, we have the Moonwalker, which is a dancing science zombie. When played on heights or an environment, this gets +2, +2. That's 1 small nibble for zombies and 1 giant bite zombie kind. Alright. Next, we have this guy, the Wormhole Gatekeeper, which is a history science zombie with Bullseye. Each player draws an extra card each turn. Stand here and guard this gate with your own life, she was told, and that's what she's been doing ever since. Next, we have a guy you may have seen in the picture at the beginning if you have this game. The Neutron Imp. You probably saw the shooting star fruit on there too. That picture is actually the thumbnail for this video. It's a science imp zombie. When you play an environment, this does a bonus attack. He's not small, he's just very compact. So this next guy, Triplication, is an imp gargantuar trick. This one seems pretty good. Conjure an imp, a zombie, and a gargantuar. An imp, a zombie, and a gargantuar walk into a bar. And those are the brainy cards. Now if we go down to crazy, what new things do we have? First off, we have the Disco Knot, which is a dancing zombie. Zombies with 3 strength or less have Bullseye. Nothing focuses your aim like the super sick wailing of Space Guitar solo. Next we have Final Mission, which is a science trick. Destroy a zombie, then do 4 damage. The round trip ticket is the same price as the one win. And here's another new thing. The Loose Cannon, which is a barrel imp zombie. And you'll see that it has a brand new ability called Overshoot 2. And if we check this out, before combat here, do 2 damage to the plant hero. So you can tell something has Overshoot when it has a little arrow going over the strength meter. So this is a brand new thing. It attacks the hero before it actually does anything in the lane, which is interesting. I don't know if any plants have this yet. I think at least one might, but I'm not entirely sure. His friends keep telling him it's too dangerous, but he never listens. He's having a blast. Next, we go over here, we have Meteor Z, which is an environment. Zombies here get +2 strength. This comet had a huge impact on Earth. Just wait, you'll see. Next, we have the Quasar Wizard, which is a mustache zombie. When played, if there is a zombie next door, conjure a superpower. It has a legend. Well, it is a legendary. You can call him Quasar for short. My mouse is being so dumb. Okay. Next, we have the Space Ninja, which is a professional zombie. While in an environment, the first time each turn, this does damage. Do 1 damage to each plant. You will never hear him coming in the vacuum of space. Alright. Next, we have this guy, which is Moonbase Z, and it's a science environment. Zombies here get Overshoot 3. Zombies landed on the moon. Many believe it's nothing but a conspiracy theory, and yet, here's the proof. Next, we have the Cosmic Dancer, which is a dancing zombie, and it has Overshoot 2. When played, conjure a dancing card and it gets Overshoot 2. Across the cosmos, the passion for dance is the only universal language. Next, we have the Binary Stars, which is a dancing zombie. Technically, it's 2 zombies, but whatever. And it has Gravestone. All your cards do double damage, and it's a legendary. He's a Gemini, and so is she, which explains so much, right? And then we have one of my favorite looking guys, definitely, which is the Gas Giant, and it's a monster gargantuar zombie. When hurt, do 1 damage to each other plant and zombie. When destroyed, do 5 damage to the plant hero. There isn't a fart joke he hasn't heard. Alright. And those are the crazy cards. Now if we go to Hardy, first off we have Escape Through Time, which is a history science trick. A zombie can't be hurt this turn, conjure a history card. Possible side effects include the creation of a temporal paradox, the unraveling of the fabric of reality, erasing your entire existence, and a mild foot rash. So next we have the genetic experiment, which is another one of my favorite looking guys. He's a science barrel zombie. Start of tricks, this gets +1/+1 if there's a zombie next door. Pickled zombie is the best kind of zombie. That does not sound good at all. Then we have, actually no, I lied. We have a new environment, which is the cone zone. Zombies here get +3 health. You're about to enter another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of cones. And then we have the Celestial Custodian, which is a garbage mustache zombie. When played in an environment, destroy a plant with 2 strength or less. Don't call him a space janitor, he's a Celestial Custodian and darn proud of it. Then we have the Cosmic Sports Star, which is a sports zombie. When played, conjure a sports card and it costs 2 brains less. He's been named most valuable zombie of the galaxy 2 years in a row. And next, we have another environment, the black hole. Plants here get -1 strength. When a plant is played, move it here. Plants usually like being planted in holes. Black holes, not so much. Next, we have the planetary gladiator, which is a sports zombie. It has armored 1. If your hero would get hurt, this gets hurt instead. So it's a little bit like the soul patch for the plants. Except the soul patch has 10 health, this guy only has 3. So they're a little similar. He's still not sure if he should defend Pluto or not. Next, this is not really a new guy, but it's coming soon. It's going viral, which is a trick. All zombies get +1/+1 and frenzy. Shuffle 3 going viral cards into your deck and draw a card. If those zombies can't get ill, this plague is totally safe. Next, we have this guy right here, which is the Intergalactic Warlord. When played for the rest of the game, all zombies get +1/+1. He's a mustache pirate zombie and he's legendary. In space zombie circles, he's a very powerful figure. Just don't talk about him in front of Huge Giganticus. There's some jealousy there. Huge Giganticus is one of 2 brand new heroes, which isn't on here yet, but will be coming soon. There will be Beta Carotina, which is a brand new plant hero, and then Huge Giganticus, which is a new zombie hero. I can't wait to get them. They will be very interesting. Next, we have yet another original PvZ1 zombie, the Screen Door Zombie, which is a professional zombie, and it has Gravestone. When revealed, this can't be hurt this turn. Little known fact, he carries a door to protect himself from solar radiation. And then the next guy we have is right here, and this is the Zombot Battlecruiser 5000, which is a science barrel zombie. It has Gravestone. When revealed, zombies can't be hurt this turn, and it's a legendary. Not space legal in 35 different galaxies. That's crazy. And then we go over to the final category, which is sneaky. So the first thing we have in the sneaky category is graveyard, which is an environment. Zombies played here are gravestones. When a zombie is revealed from a gravestone here, it gets +1 strength. Where do little zombies come from? Then we have the next guy, which is the Ice Pirate, and it's a pirate zombie with Gravestone. When revealed in an environment, freeze a plant. You wouldn't believe how many brains a chunk of space ice goes for in the black market. Let's just say she's rolling in gray matter. Next we have the Cosmic Imp, which is an imp zombie with deadly. When played, conjure an imp and it gets deadly. When he gazes out at the stars, he feels small, because he's an imp. It makes sense. Then we have another PvZ1 original, which is the Ducky Tube Zombie, and it's a vacation pet zombie with Amphibious. This gets +1/+1 when it hurts the plant here. Zombie Ducky, joy of joys. When it squeezes, you make noise. Okay. Next we have Dr. Spacetime. And I believe this guy is a Doctor Who reference, but I'm not a fan of Doctor Who, so I'm not completely sure. And he's a science history zombie. Cards you conjure cost 1 brain less. When this hurts the plant hero, conjure Galactic Gardens card. He insists it's more than just a screwdriver. Much more. So next we have the Frosty Mustache, which is a mustache trick. Freeze a plant and conjure a mustache zombie. So stylish, so cool. Yeah. Then we have Laser Base Alpha, which is a science environment. Zombies here get deadly and strike through, so that seems like a little bit of a broken card. Zombies with lasers? What could possibly go wrong? Next, we've got the Space Cowboy, which is an imp pet zombie. It has amphibious and strike through. This zombie moves to the right when it hurts the plant hero, and I've used this guy before and it's really good card because it continuously hits the hero and then it just keeps moving along. And it's a legendary. Only in the big wide sky will he find serenity. And this is the final new card that we have, the Cryo Yeti, which is a pet monster zombie. This gets +2/+2 when a plant or zombie is frozen. When played, freeze a plant. So it's a little bit like the Snowdrop for the plants, where if you freeze something, it gets the +2/+2. Except the Snowdrop doesn't freeze a plant. And this guy's a legendary. Freezing plants in the far reaches of space is not what he'd imagined he'd be spending his life doing. But as the old Yeti saying goes, when life hands you snow, you make snow cones. So, those are all of the brand new cards, and it looks like, unfortunately, we're not going to have time to go into a multiplayer battle with these. But we will be able to see some in the next episode. Yeah, the high voltage current is literally going away in 2 minutes. So, yeah. But, if you guys did enjoy this episode of Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, please leave a like and a good comment down below, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I think this update is a very good one, and I can't wait for the new heroes to come out. It's going to be great. So this has been GinnGateCrafter. See you guys.